Hi, I'm Chip Davis, CEO and President of TradeAuthority. I hope that you'll spend just a few minutes watching this short video introducing a new and exciting opportunity available to you in your business. In short, it's about naturally driving business, currently going to your competition, to you. Have you ever taken your goods or services and traded them for someone else's goods or services? For example, if your car breaks down, would you rather pay cash to have it repaired, or would you rather trade your existing goods or services in exchange for that repair? Because your margin is free to you, most would rather trade. It makes for good business. However, this type of trading is often not possible because of either unequal values in goods or services, or simply because the other business owner doesn't need your goods or services. In a barter or trade exchange, you avoid this problem by creating a network of businesses who all agree to account for their trades with one another by essentially creating a new currency, valued the same as the US dollar, but good only within the network of businesses that belong to that exchange. You may ask, why not just use the US dollar? Well, there are several reasons, but primarily the idea is to create a smaller, elite networked economy within the larger local economy. For example, if I need a plumber, my natural buying habit may take me to any plumber in town. But now, since I belong to this trade exchange and because I don't want to spend my cash on a plumbing emergency, I direct my business to a plumber that belongs to the trade exchange. That member or plumber receives new business that was previously going to his competition, but now, because we share this special currency, this business comes to him. Then, when the plumber wants to take his family out to eat, instead of going to any restaurant in town, he goes to a restaurant that belongs to the trade exchange. And when the restaurant owner wants to find a printer to print new menus, he looks to one within the exchange, and so on and so on. Purchasing decisions are naturally being directed away from outside competitors and toward those that belong to the trade exchange. This is networking at its best. All business owners and their families who belong to this network have suddenly become your potential customers. And when these business owners reward their employees and customers with special gift cards that only are good within the trade exchange, these individuals, even though they're not members, also become potential customers for you. You benefit by taking your unused inventory, space, or time, selling it to new customers within the exchange, and then using that new revenue to pay for merchandise and services that you previously paid for in cash, thus saving that cash for other expenses, growth, or for profit. Because this trade economy is separate from the U.S. economy and is focused on community, it is not as influenced by outside forces. In fact, because people naturally try to save their cash during a recession, a trade exchange, which does not use cash to conduct business, usually performs stronger, often allowing those who belong to better weather those difficult times. This is not any type of multi-level marketing scheme. There are no tricks or illegitimate practice. In fact, the Barter Act of 1982 officially recognized barter and trade as an official form of currency, recognized and accepted under the same guidelines that affect the U.S. currency. There is no tax advantage or disadvantage in a trade exchange economy. Trade income and expenses are reported and accounted just as cash income and expenses are. Accounting for this alternative currency is generally as easy to maintain as simply adding another bank account to your ledger. Trade exchanges in some form have existed for some time. Their success usually depends upon the trust established by those who belong. We have seen where exchange members can lose that trust and confidence, and the trade currency becomes devalued. This generally happens because the trade exchange is owned and run by a single individual or small group of owners that allow policies which eventually erode that trust and therefore devalues their currency. In 2000, a group of businessmen got together and, seeing these typical pitfalls in trade exchanges, devised a new concept in the industry, an exchange that was owned by the membership and directed by their elected board of directors. The staff they hired to manage the exchange was not influenced by their own self-interest, but instead was directed and incented to manage the exchange through a set of policies and procedures devised by the board. These guidelines were fair to all members and fostered the success of the exchange, maintaining a high level of trust among the members and value of its currency. This first exchange began in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and is called Partners One. Partners One has since rapidly grown and arguably become a leader in the industry. With this success, TradeAuthority was begun by these founders with the mission to duplicate the Partners One model of member-owned trade exchanges in other cities across the country. Although there are costs involved in maintaining the banking and management function of this trade economy, the fees to members are relatively small and occur on a transactional basis. And since the exchange is member-owned, those who join become equal owners and share an equal voice in the policies and procedures, fee structure, and management of the exchange. Transactions and trade accounting are handled electronically through the Quick Trade Barter Management System, a system that makes the transaction and management process as easy as swiping a card or performing online banking, and provides staff with the tools needed to manage the trading between its members. If you are watching this video, there is a TradeAuthority member-owned exchange in your community. You should consider becoming a member of this exchange. You certainly want to be the preferred business of choice in this exchange rather than your competition. I hope you will take the opportunity to learn more and join. It's a quick and simple process, and the benefits can be great. Quite frankly, there's nothing to lose and only new business to gain. Your local exchange executive director or broker can explain these steps and ways in which you can take full advantage. Thank you for your time and happy trading.